Through some questions fast. Thornell Jones.
Eric Jones. All right, so if you've been watching TV, you've probably seen this commercial for the Kia Soul with these rats that are driving the Kia Soul. Because you can get with this, you can get with that, right? Okay, that was the first hit that I marketed. It was it's by this group called Black Sheep, and that was 1992. And since then, I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of big urban artists, R&B artists, and probably the biggest one you know recently is this girl named Jill Scott.
Ooh. Yeah.
And so it's been 21 years, and it's been a lot of fun. But at one point, I realized I'd been working, and I worked at 5 different record companies within 4 years. I got into music because I thought I was going to be an artist. I won a talent contest at the age of 14 with a song that I wrote, and I thought, oh, this is for me. And it didn't really pan out that way. My first job was actually a technology job. I was a systems engineer for IBM after I got out of college after studying corporate finance. But the lure of music was so strong that I've been able to create a career in marketing behind the scenes in the record business. And so over the last 20 years, I have rubbed shoulders with the president, to all the way down to DJs in Chicago, So it's been a fascinating journey. Worked with some of the top artists in the business, and from Diana Ross to Brian McKnight. I don't know. David knows my resume better than I do, but it's been a fascinating journey. This last 5 years has been spent developing a new company out of Orange County called Infocus Entertainment. And you can go visit our website at nfocusentertainment.com, where you'll learn about a new TV show that we're developing called Hit Music Central, HMC, Hit Music Central USA. And basically it's a show where we place live acts in front of live audiences, and we also engage the audience at home through the texting and interactive elements online. There's a section of the show that's particularly exciting to people called Pick to Click, where the audience actually gets to vote bands onto the show. So it's a very high production value kind of show. It'll kind of give you a look like So You Think You Can Dance or Dancing with the Stars or American Idol. It's a very big kind of show. But it's an opportunity to put music front and center, because you guys don't buy it anymore, you just rip and burn. Anyway, we'll talk all about all these kind of marketing issues and technology related issues as the panel unfolds. Thank you.
My name is Jamie, and my stage name is Solaris, because when you become a recording artist, you can create your own name, which is really cool. So I grew up in Boston and moved to Florida for college, and while there I recorded my first album called J'aime, and you can actually produce albums yourself, so that might be something you guys are going to start to get into as well. And you can sell them on iTunes and CD Baby. So I self-produced and wrote and recorded my own first debut album. Then I moved out here to California, and I'm starting on my second CD. And when I did that, I landed in with this amazing movie called Holy Rollers, which I wrote and sang some songs in English and French for this film. And it stars Jesse Eisenberg, so if you guys know him from Social Network, he's pretty big now. So that's pretty good. And with the movie, I got to tour, and I got to go to France and Germany and over the fall. So there's some things you guys can look forward to as you pursue the music industry on the entertainment side. So I'm going to pass along, because I know we're going to keep going, but...
Good morning, I am David Mitchell. I'm the publisher of Amalgamation Magazine. I see you guys have quite a few in your hands out there, and also I'm on the advisory board for Infocus Entertainment, so I work closely with Eric and Thornell. Celebrating my 25th anniversary in the music business this year. I kind of took similar path to Dan and Thornell. I started off, I wanted to be an artist. I thought I was going to be the next Stevie Wonder. I play and I could carry a tune, so didn't happen. But for some reason, I always seemed to be able to navigate behind the scenes, and that's where I found where careers seem to last longer. I mean, my entire adult life, I know nothing but the music industry, you know, and I'll probably end up dying in it. So, but it's fun. It's been very good to me. Right now, you know, as a publisher of a magazine, I've had to reinvent myself, which is something that all of you are going to have to do. I mean, I got in, we were peddling cassettes and albums and 45 singles and then CDs in the mid 80s, and you know, now those things are really becoming passe. It's all about digital now, and as Thornell mentioned, you know, we have a whole generation now of young people who don't even know what it's like to go into a record store and actually purchase music, which is where I got my start in the business, where people, it was a destination spot. You left your home, you went into a store, you spent $7, $11, $15 just to get one or two really good songs. So, you know, we've made a lot of money in this business over the years, and that money now is being dispersed differently, if at all. But it'll be interesting to see where it goes, and it's going to be you guys who are now going to be the next leaders in our business, and I'm very anxious to see what you all do with it as we pass the torch.
Okay, let's get on with this. I'm going to focus on mainly technology, not as much creative questions because of the time element.
Could you announce her?
Catherine Woods, Hollywood West Coast Songwriters, is here today also. She's sitting right here at this table. West Coast has a presence down here in the Los Angeles area, and she is a regional director for this region, Hollywood, Los Angeles area. Great to have you here today and be available to talk about what the LA section is doing down here for West Coast Songwriters. As you can see, we have a multi-diversified panel of talent, creative people, as well as industry people, and most of us, as we're getting older in life, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to start with, and this is what we're going to end with. You know, the question is up to you in these stages of building your career and starting it. So I'm going to get right at the top. We'll try and be as precise as we can with these questions and move through those, though I'm going to center them down to a couple of more specific ones, so we have some quality and not exactly quantity. So, but very quickly, for all of the panelists here, in a very, very brief aspect, what inspired you to be in music? I'm going to start with Kathy and go right down the road.
Well, the truth is, my grandmother did. I actually started singing in a church choir when I was 4, and so that's where I learned to sing. And ever since then, I just got into music because it's in my heart and soul, which is, if anybody's in music, it's there and you can't get rid of it. It won't go away no matter what you do. And that's what you need to pursue if that's how you feel. And so just put your heart and soul into it and be yourself. And learn and learn and learn. Always be prepared when you go somewhere to, you know, to be, when somebody says, oh, sing this, or what can you do, be prepared. Because you never know who that person is. And that's how I started.
I started because there wasn't anything else I could do. And I kept hearing this music, and I didn't realize that I was hearing it from the inside out. It wasn't from the outside in. And I was hearing music from the outside in as well, but it came from inside of me, and I started just putting it down, and I played it for people. And they said, wow, that was really good. And at first I didn't even realize that I was doing it. As a matter of fact, I remember talking to a friend of mine, a neighbor of mine, who was a songwriter as well. And I had written this song, and I wrote it, and I played it for him, and he said, "That's really good." And I asked him if he had written it, because I thought, where did I hear this from? But it was really just coming up from inside of me. So there was no, I had no choice. I had to pursue it and see where it would lead me. So that was my inspiration.
Yeah, I came up around the church, but I'm very performance oriented. I love audiences, and so music always gave me an opportunity to do that particular thing. But I'm from a weird little town in the middle of nowhere in Ohio, you know. So the first thing I had to do was figure out how to get out of Ohio. So music was kind of the way to do that. But when I was coming up, I didn't realize that there were so many different things you could do. I thought either you were a superstar or you starved and died in the gutter. And what David said about reinvention has been a huge part of what has motivated my career. And keep in mind, sometimes the best ideas that might occur about your career are not actually your ideas, they're what other people see in you. So I've fortunately been around enough people who see things in me, but I've stayed way out there. So what inspired me to do music was, it made me feel like nothing else in this world ever could make me feel.